What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we're going to be talking about something that I think is a little bit concerning for my team. It really, I don't know. I don't know if I like or dislike this, whether it's concerning or not. I think it's concerning, but an argument can be made that this is fine. But in my opinion, we've jumped the gun. We've jumped the freaking gun, lads. The game is a marathon. The game is a marathon, and I think that in terms of my team content, they really did sprint. They sprinted out the first. Let's just say it's a mile race. They sprinted the first 400. I'd say every 3 months is a quarter. They sprinted the first 400 meters. Actually, no, they didn't. They walked the first 100. First 200 went 100% for the second 200, and now they're coming into the second lap of the track, and they are gassed. They are gassed. They can either go all out in the second lap of the track, because we're in a situation now where, first of all, who really gives a damn? Like, if you are getting, as far as trophy cases go, if you're getting the Dark Matters, fine. For the people that aren't getting the Dark Matters, get your 1 opal, get your 80, or your Jimmy, and get your Westbrook. And even Westbrook's not going to be the most sought-after player in the world, because Stephon Marbury came out who's better than Westbrook, who's 20k. So, like, for me, I know a lot of people have completely checked out of this. If they're not going for Dr. J, they've checked out of it. And, I mean, newsflash, this guy's as good as Dr. J. He just is. He just is. So, it's like, I get it, in a way, if you're going for the cards. But, like, this is the card that I'm talking about. And there are two specific cards that I'm like, they're way too good for this game, for this stage of the year. And I'm actually going to say there could be 3 cards that are too good. So, let's take a look and compare it to last year. So, we're looking at Penny Hardaway first. Let me just move this over so you guys can see all the stats. So, we're looking at Penny Hardaway first, and let's compare Penny Hardaway to Penny Hardaway last year. So, NBA 2k23, coming into Season 3, it was between Penny Hardaway and Gary Payton as the best point guard in the game. So Penny Hardaway last year, 83 3 ball, 89 speed, 89 acceleration, 70 block, 78 interior, 78 speed with 4 Hall of Fames, but he was a diamond. Whereas this year's Penny, 93 speed, 93 acceleration, 86 3 ball, 78 block, 86 interior. Again, he's got 7 Hall of Fame badges. Can you explain to me where there's a weakness in this card? You might be saying, oh, but like his animations. No, dude's got the best dribble style in the game. I think Trae Young's better than Jordan, but it's a 1A, 1B. Penny Hardaway released this year is insanely good. And like, we had a Penny with a bad release last year. We genuinely had a Penny Hardaway with a bad release. I remember when this Boris Dio came out and people actually used Penny for duo. But Penny had a bad release and way worse stats and was still the best point guard this time last year. We have Peyton. Gary Payton was, like, it was between Penny and Peyton. It was Penny, Peyton, 1A, 1B. 93, 93 speed and acceleration. And if you look at his stats, 74 interior, only a 62 block, 83 three-pointer. Okay, he's got all his defensive badges. Let's just compare him to Peyton this year. Or, well, you can't compare. I wish you could compare between years. But again, that's just for this one weird niche thing, so don't put it in Kenny Mac, trust me. But we're looking 95 speed versus 93, so plus 2 speed. His 3 ball is plus 9 this year. Driving dunk, the exact same. So he's got 80 better total stats. And in terms of his badges, sure, he doesn't get all of the defensive badges, but he gets amped and he gets all the shooting badges. So last year's Gary Payton, that was the greatest card ever that we all still talk about and great already, is not even close to this Gary Payton. And nobody uses this Gary Payton. Nobody. I've never played against him. I've never seen anyone use this guy. I've seen him in a Tide Evo gameplay and that's it. No one used this Gary Payton. There was no hype. And if this card came out last year, he would have been by so much the best point guard in the game. He would have been the best point guard in the game last year till like January. Like, he would be in that conversation till January. Like, it was the end of January when his opal came out. And let's just see how, to be fair, Gary Payton's opal did have the Evo. But like, I get it. Half quick first step. He had to release a normal time before the Evo. In reality, his opal, not that much worse than this year's Pink Diamond. Not that much worse. Worse, definitely. Or sorry, better. Not that much better than this year's Pink Diamond. And nobody uses this Pink Diamond. Nobody uses Pink Diamond. And then we want to look at Kobe. Not this Kobe, this Kobe. We look at Kobe Bryant, 95, 95, 92. 95 driving dunk. Where's the weakness? Oh, we can't get anchor. Whoop-de-feckin-do. Who really gives a damn? Who really gives a damn? You're not going to notice. Sorry, like if you're a guy who's playing for 250k, if you're playing this game for $250,000, if you're playing this game for money, maybe an anchor badge will save you 2 to 4 points max in a game. An anchor badge on a 2-guard will save you 2 points every 5 games. If you're playing for money, 2 points over the course of a best of 3 series, I mean, is huge. It might be the difference between winning and losing. It might genuinely be the difference between you winning and losing money. If you're playing it unlimited, not having an anchor badge on a 2-guard might change the outcome of 1 in 30 games. Because it might change, not having this badge at 30 games might mean you concede 6 to 10 more points in those 30 games combined over them. So maybe 0.3 points a game. Maybe. But let's compare him to Dr. J. Let's compare him to Dr. J. And you're like, oh, but like Dr. J's got 20 huffs. I'm fully of the belief most badges are placebo. So Dr. J has got Back Down Punisher. Area Wizard is a good badge, really good badge to have. Whereas Kobe gets Hall of Fame Limitless Range, which is a very nice badge. Dr. J gets Clamp Breaker, and he gets Quick First Step on Hoff. 2 really good badges to have on Hoff. But again, these on gold are perfectly fine. Defensively, they're going to play almost the exact same. However, when it comes to release, when it comes to dribble style, Kobe versus Jordan, it's probably Jordan's better. Release, Kobe versus John Wall. Kobe on quick is better than John Wall, Rudy Gay normal. Although John Wall, Rudy Gay normal is really good. Leaner, Pro 2 is better than Pro. I wish he had the Kobe. If he had the Kobe size up, again, the normal size up is terrible. They both have the Kobe escape. And they both have the same height and wingspan. They're basically the same card. They're basically the same card. And one of them, people are literally, like, I understand, like, if you want to be a completionist, if you want to grind, if you're aiming towards Dr. J and you feel accomplishment going for that, go for it. Trust me. But, like, you can't tell me that he's that much better than Kobe, because he's just not. And then even still, this guy might be better than both. Ricky Davis might be better than both of these guys. Like, find the flaw. Find the flaw. And if you're like, oh, he can't get anchor, he's a freaking 2-guard. And Ricky Davis is bigger, way bigger player about both of these guys. Ricky Davis has got Seth Curry on quick with Jordan dribble style and the normal leaner. Ricky Davis might be better than both of these guys. Like, I'm arguing Kobe's too good, but he might be better than both of these guys. But then we're looking at this situation. So if you guys don't know what intangibles and shot IQ are, basically they are stats that 2K put on players to keep them at a lower overall. So early in a lot of years, we do see this on amethyst, we see this on diamonds, keep them at amethyst and diamonds. But what we rarely ever see are cards that should be 99 overalls. So if you bump this intangibles up to 99, he becomes a 99 overall. If you bump his shot IQ 99, or if you bump the intangibles, he probably becomes a 98 overall. If you bump the shot IQ up and the intangibles, he becomes a 99 overall. If you bump this card to like 70 shot IQ and 70 intangibles, he becomes like a 97 overall. 97, 98 overall. Like, this is a 99 overall in everything. In everything but tier, but number. So again, we're gonna look at Dr. J. Total stats different, 200 total stats. Rebounding doesn't matter for a 2-guard. Plus 15 hands, okay. Strength, again, I know the way ratings work. Strength does not change the overall of a 2-guard. I've like studied this in depth back in the day. Strength does not affect 2-guards. Strength changes the overalls of small forwards, power forwards, centers. It doesn't change the overalls of 2-guards. And in the stats that matter the most for the 2-guards, 3-point is one of them. Lateral quickness is another one. The perimeter defense is. And these are stats where Kobe's actually in fact better in. Like, they're basically the same. And if we look at Kobe Bryant last year, if we want to go, that's another card we need to talk about. If we want to go to NBA 2k22, we want to look at Kobe Bryant. From last year, there's just so many Kobes. His signature series card, and this is signature signed. Let me go to the unsigned one. This card here was like 800k last year. 93, 93, 91. 55 shot IQ, 60 intangibles. 96 overall. I get it, 9 Hoffs versus 7. 42 goals versus 37. I get it. But 2919, 2912. 7 difference in stats. This was the best 2-guard in the game on December the 17th. That is 3 weeks from now. We are already 3 weeks ahead. And not only that, he mightn't even be the best 2-guard this year because we already have Ricky Davis. But the fact is that, like, Kobe this year is significantly better than Kobe last year. Like, last year, Kobe on normal timing. And he gets his release on quick this year. He gets his release on quick, which is huge. And you look at this year compared to last year. 84 interior versus 72. 90 steal versus 85. 78 block versus 75. I want to see where the difference is in these stats. They've done another one. They've done another one. The passing vision stat, they've lowered his passing vision. You're cute there, 2K. You're cute. You're like, oh, we're not going to give him 25 intangibles or 25 shot IQ because that would bring up some red flags. Nah, you gave him 50 passing vision. You gave him 50 passing vision. You think you can get by my eyes? I exposed the intangible thing. That was me 7 or 6 years ago. I was the person who freaking studied how overalls work. I studied every little thing about how overalls worked in this game. With the help of Reddit. With the help of the 2K Reddit. Like, they did a lot of the research. I put it, like, different people did different parts of the research. I put the whole thing together to study overalls. Pretty sure that's Stauffer's job as well. But, yeah. Like, they lowered his passing vision. So the reason why he has less stats is because they give him freaking the passing vision of a blind man. But it doesn't matter what a card's passing vision because it's your eyes that are making the passes. Passing accuracy is the only passing stat that matters. Vision and IQ don't. So that's why he has less stats. But, again, this is the card we got this late on. And then there's Kristaps Porzingis. So a lot of people talk about Porzingis as a card. So, like, if we look at NBA 2K22 Porzingis, Ty Debo ran this guy in 250, by the way. I get it. He had, like, a real huffed up one. He ran this guy in 250. So, let's compare a card that was ran in 250. A lot of people, and at the time of 250, January 21st, when this card came out, nearly everyone was running this guy center, and they were running him stock. They didn't need to put any huffs on him. But, let's take a look at the difference in stats. So, 3-pointer. Effectively the same. In fairness, last year he had like a low shot IQ and intangibles, whereas this year he's fine. Speed, quite a bit less. There must be a post stat that he isn't good at this year. Standing dunk was better last year. Speed with ball last year was a little bit better. And his passing accuracy is better this year because, well, his passing accuracy is better this year because it matters this year. It's not just a random stat to lower overall. But if we look at NBA 2K21 Kristaps, this card came out in January. If you want to see how just mad we've gone, this card came out in January and we thought this guy was the freaking bee's knees. I get it. Half badges were so juiced back then. But again, I personally believe a lot of it is placebo. 2770, 2768, 2 difference in total stats. And this one just had a better driving dunk. The new one's significantly better in defense, and they, in a lot of situations, are almost a copy and paste of each other in stats. And this was a card that was seen as maybe the best center in the game on January the 22nd. This was one of the headline cards of what might be the greatest set of all time. And this Kristaps Porzingis is better. If we look at this time last year, and you can make the argument that obviously we have more options. So like David Robinson this time last year was by so much the best center in the game. Like there was nobody that was even on the level of him. And if we look at a Hakeem Olajuwon, so when David Robinson, when this card came out, he was more than a 1 million MT lock-in, and people locked him in because they thought he was worth it. He came out on last year's Mystic set, which was the Wednesday set. Hakeem Olajuwon, obviously he gets his 7 huffs. And let's go and compare him to this year's Hakeem, who people I think are most, like a lot of people are arguing that Hakeem Olajuwon is maybe not even the best center in the game anymore. So, shot IQ, lower this year. Intangibles, lower last year. Passing vision, both 48. Their defense is a copy and paste of each other, except this year's has got a -10 vertical, but a +7 3 ball. And they have different off badges. They are a copy and paste of each other. Whereas it was like a 1A, 1B. These guys were like the 2 standouts. And if you didn't have them, there was no centers even close. Like last year, genuinely, there were guys with squad with 500-600k squads running this guy at center because there were no other options to the two big boys. But now if we look at centers in my team, you've got Kristaps who's 60k. You've got like all of these players that are like outclassing them. Like Dwight's better. I think Dwight's better than Hakeem. I think Kareem is better than all of them, including last year's guys. I just don't know. And you might be saying, oh, there's more alternatives. But like for me, especially Hakeem was so gatekept, you very rarely saw him because this set was so expensive to lock in. Obviously, these 3 cards weren't in the set, but this set was so expensive to lock in. And like again, I do miss this set just because of the Wang and Isaac, the Wang and Isaac combo. That was such a good combo. But it is what it is. Whereas this here, I don't know. I think we just have so many an argument can be made both ways that we have so many viable options, but an argument can also be made that cards have been too good too soon. The cards are getting too good too soon. And you are now getting cards that would have been seen as viable options in January, in October. And you might see that as a positive. And I know people do look at it as positive. Some people do look at that and are like, oh, well, it's a good thing that we can use our cards like all year round. But at the same time, the concept of my team involves one-upping themselves all the time. The concept of my team involves 2K one-upping themselves to get people to pay more money or spend more time in the game. The mode as a whole kind of fails as a concept if that's not the case. And it does lead to a lot of boredom because personally, you can make the argument of you just want to go out there and hoop with your best team. I don't think the gameplay is good enough to do that. I don't think that just the pure gameplay is good enough to keep a lot of people interested about being incentivized. Hence why on the PS5 side, there's no longer an issue of finding games in Europe because of the Thanksgiving event. Like, people have to be incentivized to play this game because the gameplay on its own does not stand up. It does not hold up well enough for people to play this game without being incentivized to. And giving us too many cards too soon can kind of almost work in the opposite way. So, I think you can make an argument for what I'm saying. The more I'm hearing my argument, the more I'm thinking, I'm like, there is definitely a completely valid other side to this argument that I would be completely wrong to dismiss and to say that my side is right. There is a other side to this argument that is completely valid. And could my opinion on this be swayed by being a content creator? Sure, but this is just my opinion. And I don't know. I think like I can always say like in good faith being I think I can say in good faith, oh, I would rather go back to like 2K19 days. But like at the end of the day, we've gotten so much content for so long that I would be, if they just randomly went back to 2K19, I'd be angry at that. So like the point that being made is I think cards have gotten too good too quick. I think that because of the constant having to one-up themselves, we're going to be getting our 97 overalls that we're getting at Christmas are going to be the equivalent of like 99 overalls last year. And we're going to see endgame type cards. Not endgame specifically the theme, but we're going to be seeing invincible level card, endgame level cards in like March or April next year. I wouldn't be surprised. We see 99 overalls that are so freaking close to being 99 overall. Everything, they may as well be invincible. So that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.